Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. You can see here we have an Audi A4. So there's many others like it, but this one is mine. So Project Audi begins. What we're at just now is long time ago, so about 2 years ago, a friend of mine had an Audi A4 and his back spring broke. It's a 2010, slightly different model. And I says, you know what, if the springs are going to go on that, or the spring has broken in that 2010 one, I might as well get two for my own one. So we got two springs for it. Robert did the spring on the other Audi, and he did it quite quick. So Robert's a good technician, he used to work here. So I said, you know what, I've got two there for mine. Just crack on and do that. And about 4 hours later, I says, what on earth's going on, man? This other one didn't take that long. So he says, man, this is different. So it is different. It's got the sport chassis back on it, this car. Now I bought this car when it was brand new, and I've had it all this time. So it's a 2010 Audi A4 S Line with a sports chassis pack, engine called CAGA. So it's about 155 kilowatts, so it's not the most powerful one, but it did me. I'm not looking for a race machine into this car, we're just looking for a good quality saloon. To be honest, between me and you guys, right, I wanted to buy an RB320, a Subaru RB320, and the wife says, not a chance, that's a Nedmobile, Yobmobile. I says, no, the RB320, it's black, it's got gold wheels, it's embroidered in the seats. No, kids nasty. No, she says. So, right, fine, okay, sensible. Put my dad hat on, got a wee boy coming, so we'll get the big saloon. German saloon. And to be honest with you, it has been an absolutely great car. It's got 107,000 miles. It's still on its original clutch. We've did the timing belt, added that. Audi wanted too much money. It's like nearly £1,000. So anyway, we got the kit, we did it ourselves, saved a bit of money. I'm not an Audi Master Tech, Mitsubishi Master Tech here. We did all that kind of training. Car's a car. So we did the timing belt on it. Did that. We put some front wheel bearings on it. Rear calipers, loads of pads and disc, tyres obviously. But that is it. So it's on its original clutch, original suspension arms, front and rear. Robert did one spring, we then put the car outside, and the car's basically been sat all that time. Now there was nothing wrong with it, other than the tyres just kept going flat. Obviously I've got my own business here, small business, small garage, but I've got quite a few cars. So I think they call it on the Hoonigan channel, Car Cane. It's got an issue, I've got an issue, I'm addicted to buying metal, so I've loads of cars, so it's just whatever one's got fuel in it. Unfortunately we left the big Audi sitting too long, so I thought, you know what, we either sell it or we get it back on the road. So we decided to get it all cleaned up, so we brought it back over to the garage. The battery failed on it as well just last year, and that was its original battery, so we put the time on it, changing the battery because it's in the boot, so we managed to get it. Brought it over here, changed the battery, she fires straight up, drove over, no issues. She does have a little misfire, we'll get to that later on in the project. We're going to show you have some more parts there, and we've all scoped the fuel system on it as well. So, but at the moment we're doing the rear, so we're going to start on the derriere of the vehicle. Right, not sure what happened there, I'm talking to myself maybe. So anyway, like I said, we'll start on the derriere. There's the other spring there. There's the one that Robert fitted. You can see it's brand new. There's no even any, it's not been on the road, so it is literally brand new. There's no stone chips on it yet. You can see the shock casing, but it's just crap. Right. It does have resistance pushing it up, but it's not coming back on its own. So we're going to change that. You can see we've disconnected the bolt for that. Now there is washers here. They go behind the shock and then the bolt onto the shock if you like. So that washer there, we will clean all these bolts up, sits there when it's tightened up if you like. Same on that side. So obviously heat shields have all went. It's a common phenomena. We're going to take the subframe off it because the friend that we did the spring for on the other A4, his other one broken. At the time he was trying to save a bit of money, he was buying a new house, so we just did the one spring on his. Obviously I was doing two, if it had to take a bit, went a bit quicker, but we didn't need it at the time, so we just put the car back outside. So he phoned me up a couple of weeks ago, there's my mobile going, and said, oh, this is a nightmare, can you give me a hand? I said, my spring compressor's no good for what you want to do. I said, for what I hear on this model, with the sports chassis pack, what you need to do is lower the subframe down, or have a really small spring compressor that you can get, you know, in this space here. So we're going to lower the subframe down because all the powder coating's coming off it now. So, and I have been over it and assessed it, it is still strong enough, so we're going to blast it. And we maybe need to get some new fuel tank bands because they're getting a bit rusty. Look at the size of the tank on it as well. That was one of the reasons I love this car as well. Now, if we go back to the RB320, which we were talking about, the RB320s, unfortunately for me, they've gone up in value. So rather than coming down, the RB320s are going up to astronomical prices, as with a lot of the Japanese market stuff. The Audi A4 diesels, however, still £10,000. So if you look on the kind of Auto Trader, Copart, stuff like that, anywhere between £8,000 and £10,000, even for a 2010 Audi A4. So they're still really holding their money, and they are really good cars. The fact that this one's still on its original clutch, its original front springs, its original front suspension arms, you know, all of that's still original. The clutch, again, like I said, and the battery just failed on it for 2010. So there you go. So we're going to crack on here a wee bit. I'm going to have some more covers to come off the back there, and then we'll start to see about taking this subframe off it. So I'll go and see who's been phoning my number. So hit the thumb, hit the subscribe button down there. Have yourselves a great old day, okay? Hey guys, welcome back. So like I said, cracked on a little bit. Only thing we've come across is it looks like we maybe just need to fish the calipers out. So we're going to change the shock absorbers. We have 2 new shocks on the way, 2 OE quality. You can see the bushes are knackered there as well. So we're going to drop this subframe because it's incredibly difficult to do the springs with it in place. We have this ABS wire, headlamp suspension leveler, which is broken off actually, to unplug. So the calipers are there, and I'm thinking once these are out the road, I can take the calipers through that gap there, because I would need to disconnect all the hydraulics. I don't want to do that at the moment. We most probably will replace, we will replace these flexi hoses, but I think we'll get them for Volkswagen. Let's see if we can get some quality OE equivalents. Not sure what's happening in there. I'm going to need to assess that when it's down. That one there as well. So we might need to get this bit. Looks a bit crusty. Might be okay. So there's the wife back, so that's good. She can help me lift the subframe off. Happy days. So there you go. So we've got all the covers off it. So one of them was broken anyway. So this little back section is okay, but the front section got damaged in the snow. And to be honest with you, that's part of the reason I parked the car up. To be honest with you, it took a million in the snow, so parked it up for no other reason really. Tyres kept going flat and didn't really need the car, so parked it up. So we'll get that replaced. 2 shocks are on the way. That's maybe the end there. Need the backing plate as well. So, but we'll get all of this off. We'll get the bolts out of the. We'll get all the plastic, the wheel arch lines. So we'll get the bolts out of there. We'll get all the plastic off it, and we'll get those wheel arch linings in. And I'm not sure yet where the bolts are for the top mounts. If they're inside, so be it. We'll have a lot more stripping down on the inside to do, but the car's getting rebuilt anyway. So thanks for watching, guys. Hit a big thumb, hit a subscribe, have a great day. Right, so exhaust off, a few more bits off, more wiring, calipers like we said. We'll try and squeeze through the gaps. I've soaked all the, taking the exhaust off as well, which is down there. We need to get a new clamp for that, and that bracket broke, so yep, that's what happened to it. It just broke, rotten. So the alloy just swells, so it'll be interesting to see these mounts when we get those off as well. So we may need some more parts, hopefully not. Hopefully the mounts will be okay. But I've been really impressed with the car, to be honest with you. It's like those front original suspension arms again. The ones with the struts, the suspension units bolted through the middle of the arm there. So the straight arms on them, if you like, those are knackered, but the actual the kind of boomerang shaped one, the bushes actually, a little tiny bit of perishing on them, but they're original. They've never been replaced, and I've had this car the whole time it's been in existence, other than when it left the factory. I've been the only owner, so I know they've never been touched. So absolutely amazing beauty, absolutely brilliant. So hopefully we can put this to rights, taking this big plate off, and I'm going to go and soda blast it now and see No, is it any good, or do we need to replace it? So we've all I've already poked it at the subframe, so I know the subframe's solid, it's just the powder coating that's come off it, so I'm hoping we can make that look nice and pretty again. So we'll start with these wee plates, and see. So let's... Right, welcome back guys, welcome back to the channel. If you haven't already, hit the big thumb, hit that subscribe button, man, it's all free, and have yourselves a great day. We're back on Audi project today. We will get back to Honda project, but we need this one off this ramp. So we have the subframe off it, the broken springs, so we got a bit carried away. You see the exhausts off it, all the plastics off it, shock absorbers off it, calipers are stripped off, all the wirings off, all the under trays, wheel arch liners, all of that's off. Take off some heat shields as well, because we're going to fix some of those. You can see there's a whole load of crustacean on the floor. Exhaust clamp was broken, that was replaced when it was, I think, 2 years old. I went into Audi and says, this is absolutely ridiculous, mate, ridiculous, you know, ridiculous. Prestige car, 2 years old, and the exhaust dragging on the ground, absolutely ridiculous. And the gentleman says, well, we're terribly sorry, the part's in stock, it's £15. I says, geezer, get me the part, come on. So really, other than that, but this car's been absolutely phenomenal. It's not really given me any headaches, to be honest with you. We got some bad fuel in it at one point, which may or may not have caused the issue with the misfire on idle. We'll get to that later on in the project. We do have a whole load of box of parts down there. We'll get everything all laid out. So we'll get 2 new shocks, 2 new springs. We're going to take the subframe off, give it a good old clean up and assess it, and if it's good we'll just give it a repaint and put it back on. We're not going to strip all the suspension arms off it at the minute, because the bushes and that are all good on them. I think maybe the anti-roll bar links need replaced, but the rest, all these bushes are quite good on them at the minute, so I'll just leave alone at the minute. That one's actually a bit crap, right? So, but that one, it looks like it's that whole bit there that we need to replace. So I need to have a wee assessment of that when we get it off. Another thing we found was the exhaust bracket. It broken off, unfortunately, up here. As you can see, the alloy and our heat shield that we've started removing as well. To be honest with you, I don't think there's much holding that actually. Right, so that might be off. Yep. So I've got that caliper just hooked on there at the minute, onto that exhaust hanger. Yeah, so right, we got all that cleaned up as well. So this bit goes to this side as well. You can see how the holes have got bigger. Right, so we have, and we need to fix this as well, headlamp suspension leveler. So you can see the bolts out the front, bolts out there, just these 2 bolts. So we'll get this down on some stands, run the bolts out it, we'll lift the ramp back up. Hopefully it's all good. So these 2 calipers should just sit there okay. And that one, got the bungee around it, got a bungee holding the exhaust up, so out of bungees. So we'll crack on here, we'll get the floor all cleaned up as well. And then we'll get the subframe down, so stay tuned guys. Guys, welcome back to the channel. See, we have that Audi there. Quality, had that one about 3 years guys, man, it's never let me down, just never let me down. I just look after them. Van here, this is mine too. It was laid up for a long time, company cars, etc. So it's been laid up for 2 years. It's been in here, not been sat there for 2 years, mind you, but look at the mould. Put the mould on, big sludge. So you have all those bits there. We've got new arms on the way for here, new links. We'll put new D bushes on it. I may elect to just mark these bolts and then put them back and then see how we go. I'm going to need to replace this, I know that, but these are very expensive for Audi, very expensive. So yeah, we're going to do 2 shocks, 2 springs, paint all this up. You see it's good, it's just need a bit of cleaning up. You see that's the original powder coating, so it's not too bad, solid enough. I looked at an A4 Road last night and it was pretty similar subframe. Right, so much cleaning, much painting required. I've got the plates, cleaned all the plates up, got them in the paint booth. You can clean up actually, you get rid of tires, you get rid of everything. So I've cleaned all the rust, it's obviously pitted but cleaned it all and given it a brake clean, and we shall give it some high build primer, see if we can make it look a bit better, paint it black, I know. Look what's happened. That's not connected to there anymore. That one's not connected to there anymore. They've all shared. Well, 184 ain't bad. That's crap, but isn't it? So you can see we have put a wee centre mark on there. I'll start drilling, see what happens. 2 drill bits in, and that's all I've managed. Not good. Good, man. Shiza! Tried about 5 drill bits, man. Not one will touch it. So it's not filling me with confidence for when we get to this side, because that one's got 2 broken bolts in it. If these parts here are £256 plus the VAT per side. You can buy the bolts separately, you can buy the pins separately. So if that's that much, God knows how much the hub would be. Probably £500, 600, 700, sky's the limit really. So it's just unfortunate. What happens is the steel doesn't mix with the alloy.